Hello, sports fans. This is the Bookmaker Podcast with Art Eftekhari, a.k.a. Mr. Bookmaker, your source for the sports betting industry 24/7. Sit back, relax, and listen as Mr. Bookmaker highlights what's happening right now in the world of sports. So, without further ado, here's your host, Art Eftekhari.
Hello, chalk eaters and wise guys. Glad to have you back at the Bookmaker Podcast. I'm your host, Art Eftekhari, and you know which webpage to check. If you haven't gone there yet, that's www.bookmakerinfo.com. That's bookmaker-info.com. You know the deal. We got the best links to the top European and Asian bookmaker sites, as well as United States friendly bookmaker sites. And we are kicking things off with our A to Z sports betting lingo. What's our concept for today? It is bet the limit. And what does it mean to bet the limit? Well, that means to bet the maximum amount allowed by a bookmaker on a particular event or race. So those of you wise guys and chalk eaters, you better be ready to bet the limit. I sure hope that everybody enjoyed the opening week of the English Premier League, and what an excellent upset by Burnley on Saturday, the 12th of August, when they defeated Chelsea 3-2 at Stamford Bridge. Sam Vokes, man of the match with a brace against Chelsea, and I must say, I really liked that result. And in the Championship, the second level of English football, you got Cardiff City on top of the table, 3 wins so far, 6 goals scored, none conceded, 9 points. Let's go, Cardiff. Let's get back to the English Premier League. Moving along now, I am on Pinnacle.com. That's www.pinnacle.com. It is time to check out what's going on this weekend with some top soccer leagues or football, depending on where you live. First, the Bundesliga kicks off on Friday, the 18th of August. Bayern Munich will be hosting Bayer Leverkusen. The payout here shows 1.240 for Bayern Munich, 13.60 for Leverkusen. Wow, they are heavy underdogs there, and 6.850 for a draw. For this one, you might want to play the handicap, because for Bayer Leverkusen, they have a plus 1.5 entering the match and a plus 2 entering the match. So either way, if they lose by a goal, or if they win or tie, you win based on the payout of 2.070. I think that's a good idea. You might want to go with Leverkusen on the handicap. Then on Saturday, the next day, the 19th of August, check out the matches we got going on. Hoffenheim will be hosting Werder Bremen. Payout here shows 1.80 for Hoffenheim, 4.35 for Werder Bremen, and 4.17 for a draw. Hertha Berlin will be hosting Stuttgart. 2.100 for Hertha Berlin, 3.73 for Stuttgart, and 3.55 for a draw. Schalke will be hosting Rasenballsport Leipzig. 2.80 for Schalke, 2.63 for Leipzig, 3.47 for a draw. Hamburg will be hosting Augsburg. 2.17 for Hamburg, 3.67 for Augsburg, and for a draw, 3.40. Also on that same day, FSV Mainz will be hosting Hannover 96, an even 2 here for Mainz, 4.12 for Hannover, and 3.54 for a draw. Last but not least, on that same day, that Saturday, Wolfsburg will be hosting Borussia Dortmund, and the hosts are the underdogs. No surprise there. 4.16 for Wolfsburg, 1.84 for Borussia Dortmund, and the payout here for a draw shows 4.15. Then on Sunday, the 20th of August, you got 2 games to pay attention to. Freiburg will be hosting Eintracht Frankfurt. Payout here shows 2.54 for Freiburg, 3.00 for Frankfurt, and 3.35 for a draw. And the last match of the opening weekend for the Bundesliga, Borussia Mönchengladbach will be hosting Köln. Payout here shows 2.01 for Borussia Mönchengladbach. I love saying that team name. I really do. Payout here for Köln, 4.00, and for a draw, 3.61. So get to Pinnacle bookmaker.com. Place your bets on the teams you really love in the Bundesliga. I think it's going to be a great season. Normally, I'd go over the teams that are favored to win the league outright, but come on, let's just face it, it's going to be Bayern Munich, so write that down. And before we continue, make sure you check out our website. You know the address, bookmakerinfo.com. That's www.bookmaker-info.com. On our website, you have easy access to the Bookmaker 101 Basics. That includes steps on how to register, bet, and withdraw. Our Bookmaker Guide is available to download. Read through it at least 2 or 3 times. Remember, I want you to become an expert on this whole entire online sports betting process. And remember, we have betting strategies, tips. Don't forget about our A to Z sports betting lingo. Remember, you may not sound like an expert just yet, but keep on listening to the Bookmaker Podcast. Check out our website, and you'll be good to go. And next, it is time for La Liga in España, as this weekend is the opening week for the 2017-2018 Spanish Premier League. And I'm on bet365.com. You know the address, www.bet365.com. Who is favored to win outright? Well, not a shock. For Real Madrid, 4-5 here. Barcelona, even 1-1. And Atletico Madrid, 28-1. You know, I really like Antoine Griezmann. I'm hoping they can find a way to make the season really exciting. I like La Liga. You always hear about some really great players and great teams, especially when you are talking about Real Madrid and Barcelona. But come on, the truth is we need to see another team win this league. And with that, who are the teams that basically have no respect from the top teams? Well, you got Leganes and Levante, 1,500 to 1 outsiders, and then Getafe and Girona, 2,000 to 1 outsiders. You know I have a habit of talking about certain teams that might have the opportunity to be the Leicester City of certain leagues. But when it comes to La Liga in España, all this talk about teams like Getafe or Levante, pie in the sky, I don't think you're going to see any kinds of crazy upsets. So, just helping you out a bit there. Now, let's check out the matchups for the opening week of La Liga. First on Friday, the 18th of August, you got Leganes hosting Alavés. Odds your show 11-10 for Leganes, 11-5 for a draw, and 14-5 for Alavés. On that same day, Valencia will be hosting Las Palmas, 17-20 for Valencia, 5-2 for a draw, and 7-2. Then on Saturday, the 19th of August, Celta Vigo will be hosting Real Sociedad. 7-5 here is the payout for Celta Vigo, 9-4 for a draw, and 21-10 for Real Sociedad. Girona will be hosting Atletico Madrid. Odds are stacked up against them at 13-2, 7-2 for a draw, 4-9 for Atletico. Sevilla will host Espanyol. Payout here is 8-13 for Sevilla, 3-1 for a draw, 9-2 for Espanyol. On Sunday, the 20th of August, you have Atletico Bilbao hosting Getafe. 1-2 for Bilbao, 3-1 for a draw, 13-2 for Getafe. Barcelona will be hosting Real Betis. No surprise here, 1-7 for Barcelona, 8-1 for a draw, and 16-1 for Real Betis. Heavy underdogs there. Speaking of heavy underdogs, next you have Deportivo La Coruña hosting Real Madrid. 15-2 is the payout here for Deportivo La Coruña, 9-2 for a draw, and 1-3 for Real Madrid. Then on Monday, the 21st of August, Levante will be hosting Villarreal. Odds here show 9-4 for Levante, 9-4 also for a draw, 13-10 for Villarreal. Then Malaga will be hosting Eibar. 6-5 here are the odds for Malaga, 9-4 for a draw, and 5-2 for Eibar. So get to bet365.com, especially all you football fans who are crazy about La Liga. All right, everybody, that's all the time we have for this edition of the Bookmaker Podcast. Thank you for joining us. Really do appreciate the support. Make sure you check out our website. You know the address, bookmakerinfo.com. That's www.bookmaker-info.com. Remember, I want you to take your love of sports to the next level. And if you want to do that, make sure you check out our website. We got the A to Z sports betting lingo, betting strategies and tips, and our Bookmaker Guide is there for you to download. Learn it, live it, love it. See you next week.
This has been the Bookmaker Podcast with Art Eftekhari, aka Mr. Bookmaker. Thanks for listening. If you haven't already, please show some love by subscribing to this podcast on iTunes or Stitcher. Till next time, this is Mr. Bookmaker over and out.